Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Well, the little crackhead got pardoned, and there's a lot of implications to this that we're going to be talking about in this walk and talk video with, of course, the real host of the show, and that, of course, is Atlas, as I am only her co-host here for the remainder of today's stream of consciousness conversation that goes off and talks about all these larger ideas in a kind of free-flow way that isn't really kind of constrained to regular kind of orthodoxies or regular kind of thinking. It's kind of very kind of expressive, fun way to kind of do these videos where I'm able to get my steps in, but I'm also able to kind of swish and swash around different ideas in my head and think about new ideas through this process of being healthy at the same time. I'm looking at you, fatties, who aren't taking your daily walks out there, and if you're not doing it, what are you doing it? You're not a Hunter Biden. You don't live in a way where you could do whatever you want and not face any legal repercussions for all the horrible, treacherous, evil, and up things you do in this world. You're not allowed to, of course, have substance abuse problems and then use it as a way to monetize yourself as you're now selling famous paintings for individuals that were paying up to $1 million for them. And this story truly is kind of a kick in the balls to a lot of people that have been screwed over with drug laws, have been screwed over with gun laws, as we have a two-tier justice system. And I think Joe Biden pardoning his son for 10 plus fricking years on blanket all potential charges highlights, independent media's kind of suspicions about the man was absolutely right from day one. Strike another one for independent media and the corporate media that obfuscated, that lied about this story, that talked about how the Hunter Biden laptop story specifically came from Russia and was Russian disinformation. Clearly, we're doing the bidding of the establishment. And if you're an average American out there, you're kind of looking at this larger perspective, being like, they said that they would never pardon him. They said that he, would face justice. They said that he would face the repercussions for his actions that everyday Americans face. And no, he didn't. That's kind of f***ed up. That's kind of f***ed up on many levels. Now, personally, the larger kind of libertarian, anarchist kind of ideology that I like to talk about as much as I do, I think, a lot of those laws are bullshit. And I think those laws perpetrate a lot of the kind of dark markets and criminality that we have seen associated with all of these kind of dark actions that if were operated in a totally free market, there would be a lot less harm. There would be significant harm reduction, and the intel agencies wouldn't be using it as their main kind of potential funder of all the black budgets. Now, Hunter Biden, if you look at his kind of upbringing, it wasn't a good one. Kids just don't end up crackheads. A lot of the times they end up crackheads because of trauma, because of abuse. Now, I think it's fair to say Joe Biden has always represented this kind of evil, vile, lying, scumbag politician that would do anything for a buck, who would say anything to garner the votes and support of the American people, as his long career in Washington, D.C. has always been categorized, even by Barack Obama, as the man of the special interest groups. So this is a man who truly represented the kind of deep state, the intelligentsia, the larger horrible things, everything horrible. Almost every major policy decision that was absolutely just awful for the American public, for the people of the world, he was for the war in Iraq. He was also part of the Senate intelligence hearings. I confronted Biden on that, but career-long politician that, according to many accounts, was doing everything he could to specifically become the most powerful person in the world. And a lot of these politicians, they're ruthless, evil motherfuckers out there. You're dealing with cutthroat bureaucrats that will say and do anything for a buck just to look favorable. And we know Joe Biden lied, plagiarized, and was laughed at all the way back in the 70s and 80s for just being an absolute ridiculous human being, as he was even seen as a scumbag then. So clearly spent a lot of time being a scumbag rather than raising his children, because a lot of children who don't have a father or have an abusive father turn out to be drug abusers and have addiction problems. There was also a photo circulating around of Joe Biden taking political office with Hunter Biden there, who allegedly also suffered a very serious car accident. Brain trauma also does explain a lot of kind of very weird kind of human behavior. But a lot of the times it is important to kind of look at things from a whole perspective. It's always good to have nuance, but let's be honest here. The kind of larger statistics and scientific understanding of how trauma is kind of passed on in very kind of disturbing ways. You look at the larger accusations that Ashley Biden made against her father, Joe Biden, in her diary, a diary that got James O'Keefe raided by the FBI, is something that really is peculiar, as she describes how she had to wait until it was late at night for her to shower because she was afraid of her father joining her for showers. Sorry, but that's not normal kind of behavior here. You look at a lot of these politicians, you look at how Joe Biden acts around children, you look at, things like Epstein Island, you look at the Franklin cover-up, you look at all these things with all these horrible people, you understand that they become horrible, they become hijacked, they become morally corrupted through a lot of these up actions. And from my own personal perspective, I think it was Joe Biden that was both of the things that I described previously before, an abusive father and an absent father. And when he did come in, he did abuse him. And then, by and large, he was kind of gone. He wasn't there. And there's a lot of tragic life loss within the Biden family. There's car accidents. There's also the other Biden son that died from cancer as well. The son that was supposed to be the kind of prodigy, was supposed to be the politician. And then, of course, you have Hunter, who kind of is represented as the runt of the litter. And then you had him literally leave a laptop at a frickin' laptop repair shop. The laptop repair guy was like, hey man, you want to pick up your laptop? Totally forgot about it. Why? Because he was on crack. Posting all the images of him on crack. And again, if anyone wants to do anything with their own individual body, sure, but when you imprison people, that's another thing. When you're working and getting contracts and deals after the Maidan revolution in Ukraine from major government gas industries, and you're getting huge sums of money that are essentially kickbacks, when your father fires the prosecutor looking into the company that you work for, brags about it on the Council on Foreign Relations, yeah, there's something up here. As a lot of people are now bringing up that there's a larger possibility of Hunter being involved with a lot of other things, not just the potential Ukrainian biolabs, but also, of course, other larger, more sinister things that were happening specifically with China, as there was a lot of business dealings, a lot of money for the big guy that was kicked up through Hunter Biden. And Hunter Biden probably was the liaison for a lot of the shadowy, secret, dark money and larger kind of operations and larger kind of projects at work here that he was able to facilitate and also help enrich the Biden family significantly to the tune of millions and millions of dollars through his probable illegal actions that now can't be prosecuted. And, we all kind of got to think about it. Why now? Well, probably because Biden's old and he's probably going to pardon himself. We just had Viva Frey on, and he talked about how he probably is going to be pardoning a whole bunch of federal bureaucratic workers. He might just do a blanket pardon on all of the bureaucracy, all of the federal government from ever being held accountable for their kind of gross illegal actions that they have committed against us. You got to understand, the intel agencies, the federal censors, the the people within the White House and all these kind of intelligence agencies, they played a direct role in censoring the truth from the American people that could have saved their lives. They knowingly hindered and lied about things like COVID and the vaccine that led to tremendous human suffering. They lied and politically gerrymandered a social situation where no one could have found out about the truth about Hunter Biden, since they censored independent media for even talking about it. And now, just like the criminals that they are, they give themselves a get-out-of-jail-free card, and now they won't ever be held responsible for their actions. And in my opinion, that's a little f***ed. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this. So yeah, that's happening. As of course, I've been telling people to prepare for a very long time. I just released a video about how to prepare on lukeunfiltered.com, a special secret, not so secret society where you get to join a lot of really cool, awesome people and be a part of the larger conversations that no one else really has. I go deep down the rabbit hole. I talk about my personal decisions. I talk about things that I do in my life that I am using information on in order to, of course, better it. And that's the information that I try to share with you in order to help promote, build, grow, and expand our human consciousness, wealth, prosperity, and liberty. Freedom is in your hands if you decide to act on it in the proper way. And I've built lukeunfiltered.com 12 plus years of behind the scenes videos just on that basic model alone of trying to give you the tools, the information, the seed oil cards, the crap list of items you should be avoiding at the supermarket. That's all available for members of lukeunfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? Signing up is key, it's crucial, and it's more important than ever. Sign up right now, lukeunfiltered.com. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. You go here and whatever your budget allows, I know times are hard, but for just $8, 20 cents a day, you could sign up right here, click it, and then you just put in a little bit of information. You get emailed back a login, you log in, and you get a lot of really awesome values that are a lot more valuable than Netflix. You have a choice. You want to do Netflix or you want to do lukeunfiltered.com. Make that choice. Vote with your dollars, vote with your clicks. Start to decide your own life path right now. 3 master classes that will teach you some really incredible skills. Do you want to sit there and be glazed by the satanic, evil, corporatist, demonic propaganda that plays on your subconscious and emotional, psychological weaknesses? Or do you want to be uplifted and, of course, enlightened and given information that a lot of powerful people don't want you to have? That decision is yours, and it starts with you signing up to lukeunfiltered.com. Sign up there right now, and I will see you there right after this broadcast. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you signing up to lukeunfiltered.com. And because you do, this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange.